Hey guys, so this is the experimental slider I've been using since the last couple of days for my limited overs games. And a couple of things to keep in mind. You have to bat with Pro Control, otherwise this is pretty much useless. Then you have to turn off the ball marker. That is a marker that you see when you're releasing the ball from your hand. That should be turned off as well because the game gets a lot easier with that. And said that, let's get to it. AI base difficulty legend, striker timing 93, wicket chance 50. And if you are struggling to take wickets, you can push it up to 55, 60, but I would suggest keeping it at 50. Ball quality is 50, run rate is 52 because I feel AI is currently batting beautifully in limited overs games. You don't need to tinker with this. Coming to bowling, base difficulty is hardest, then turn off the next three. Automatic appeal, thin edges, LBW, and automatic bowling actions. Ideal release window size will be 10. Ideal foot plant window size will be 3. I want the no balls to come into effect. Spin difficulty is 100 because bowling spin is extremely easy. So you want it as hard as possible. Bowling line sensitivity, the higher the number, the better control you'll have on the bowling line input. So I like to have that control because I like to swing the ball a lot and try out a lot of things. If you want a harder challenge, you can reduce it to 20, 15. But yeah, I like to have the control over my bowling line. So I have did 70. Arcade bowling, I do not care because we do not play with arcade bowling. You can choose whatever you want. Batting, base difficulty hardest. Footwork required is on. Shot replacement off. Shot input leniency, you should turn it off for a much harder gameplay. Not much, but it makes the game a little bit harder. But yes, keep it off. Ball marker display time is 9. Early shot timing window is 4, late shot timing window is 9. Now, these are extremely low numbers and difficult numbers. I've seen others using high numbers like 40, 30, but that will make batting a lot easier. What I've done is I've reduced these numbers here and then adjusted the other sliders, reduced the difficulty in other sliders to cover for this. Then coming to shot timing difficulty, as I said before, shot timing I used to have it 98, sometimes even 100 at cricket 24. But the values are completely different in cricket 26, and 70 is a good point to start if you're a beginner or if you're finding it hard. As you get used to this slider, you can increase it to 75, 80, and so on. Keep in mind, this is a slider made with new players in mind. Advanced shot timing difficulty, 85, spin timing window is 100. So the higher the timer for spin timing window, the late you have to play. I play spin late, so I have it at 100. Similarly, for pace timing window, I have it at 85. Striker skill bonus is 1 for me. Then comes foot placement difficulty 70, shot selection influence 70. So these are once again very different values from cricket 24. These were about 95 for me in there, but it is difficult to achieve here. So start off with 70. That is my recommendation. But if you are a pro and finding it easy, you can push it to 80, 85. Shot selection influence, as I said, is 70. Ball quality influence is 70. For example, if the bowler bowls outside the off and you try to whip it to mid-wicket, it should not realistically happen. Basically, your shot should be based on the quality of the delivery. So that is what this slider suggests. So higher you have it, the more realistic the game will be. Ideal input power boost. So basically, I used to have all the boost turned down to 0 in previous game, but even when you have ideal input for your shots, it hardly goes to the boundary, especially in larger boundaries like Australia. So I have put it at 10. Don't go beyond that. It will become a bit overpowered. So 10 is ideal. Poor input power penalty. So basically, the higher the number, the more power penalty will be for poorly timed shot, which I think is pretty fair at 80. Power boost timing window is 0. Then we have power boost timing window for full toss, which is at 20. My theory is that if you get a full toss, you should be able to put it away with no mercy. So you need that boost, bit of oomph in your shot. So that's why I have it at 20. Edge is good input influence. If your input is good, what are the chances of the ball hitting the edge, which is just 8, which is ideal. You don't want edging the ball even when good input influence. Okay and poor input, similar thing. Low striker skill influence. So if your player is a guy with low batting skill, the lesser chance it will be for him to edge the ball. So you want this to be reduced so that a player with lesser skill will edge the ball when the input is less than ideal. Similarly for high striker skill influence. Just copy this values. Then timing window is 100. Once again, as I mentioned, the higher the number for these windows, the later you'll have to play. So as I said, I prefer playing late, so I have it at 100. If you want to play it early, you can push it to the other side. I can see short power boost once again at 10. I see that even the ideally timed big hits are not going for 6 in larger grounds like Australia. So turn it to 10 and play and miss input influence and skill influence. 1190 can copy that. Fielding, I put it at automatic for everything, so I don't really care about this. Physics, pace bowling, speed minimum and speed maximum. Basically, the ability of faster bowlers to bowl slower and faster deliveries. So this is the range which will determine how much faster or how much slower a particular bowler can bowl. Pace bowling, bouncer length. Once again, the bouncers in this game, even the normal length deliveries are bouncing a lot. So you should reduce it to around 40, 41. So or 42. So let's play around with it. Spin bowling, I haven't touched because I feel that spin bowling is perfect so fine. Limited overs game. Swing for pace bowling is 58 because there's too much swing in this game. And for limited overs, you generally want batting conditions. So pace bowling swing at 58 is ideal. But if you want more swing, you can increase it anyway. Pace bowling revolution generally means the amount of revolution or the movement the fast bowlers get on cutters like off cutters and leg cutters, keep it at 15. Rest of the spin settings I have not changed like drift and revolution. Then pitch friction is 47, bounce is 41. Once again, I reduced the bounce of the pitch. Ball friction 54, ball bounce 43. Short force is interesting. I've kept it at 50 because I played with 35, 37, all the numbers possible to see if we can counter the issue of AI's rocket hit to the fence. But I see that it doesn't really matter. The shots will still go to the boundary like a rocket when they want. So this is not going to affect them. So I kept it at 50 because when we bat, we need that shot force. As I said, this game generally has less power for your shots, especially when you're playing on big ground. So 50 is pretty good. Pace bowling visual speed is 70. I was a big proponent of having this particular slider at 90 for cricket 22 and 24. But the values have changed completely here in cricket 26. So I have it at 70, and even now I see that when faster bowlers like Archer are bowling, the ball is just zipping through. So 70 is pretty good. I think at 90, with Pro Control, it will almost become impossible to bat, especially to judge the length of the delivery to go to the back foot. It will be really impossible when you're batting with Pro Control. Keep it at 70 for pace bowling. At max, you can push it to 75. And if you are feeling adventurous, go to 80. Spin bowling visual speed is at 81. And umpiring settings, I have not changed. So these are the settings. Obviously, this is still a work in progress. So I want you guys to comment how this is working out for you. Keep in mind, Pro Control and ball marker turned off is a way to go. Otherwise, it will not be effective. One last thing, if you're still finding it difficult, you can turn off the footwork required and turn on shot input leniency. This will make the game a little bit more easier, but I will not recommend doing this. You want it to be as real as possible, or you do not want extra stuff helping you out. So do let me know in the comment section after playing a couple of games how this is working on both for batting and bowling. Until next time, goodbye from me. Take care. Have a nice one.